Clement's Homebrew coming at ya. I've got a beer today from Dan ABA. Dan is out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and he has been a friend since the very beginning when I first started doing Homebrew Wednesdays and beer reviews. Just the nicest guy. Absolutely. Look forward to the time when we get to meet. We did a beer trade. He's actually reviewed some of my personal beers, and one of them they sent me was this beer right here. This one is a Russian Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels, that comes from Joseph James Brewing out of Henderson, Nevada. And I've had some of their beers already from him. This one is, like I say, a Russian Imperial Stout. It's at 9.5% ABV and 70 IBUs. I believe they aged it for 7 months in the barrel. So can't wait to get this one open. Once I get through the wax and the cap, I'll share it with you. Wow, look at that. That just poured black. And it gave me a one-finger head. We'll see how long it sticks around. It's a beautiful color, someplace between khaki and a mocha brown. So nice looking. Yeah, I can see it subsiding already. But I could smell it as soon as I popped the top. So let's get a nose on it. Wow, okay. Right off the top, I mean, some of the first impressions that hit me immediately are dark fruits. I got raisins on there, some nice raisins, some rum raisin-like character too. I got the bourbon on it immediately. I got some nice oaky wood character that hit me, and a bit of chocolate. All right, I'm gonna get my nose a little deeper in there. Wow, 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 this is great. This is a fantastic aroma. You definitely get the bourbon. There is no question. You definitely get a lot of oak and wood off of this. And again, this is aged a bit, so it's probably subsided from what it would have been more fresh, you know, when it first sold. But I get chocolate. I get some dark chocolate. I get some milk chocolate. I feel like get some like cacao type stuff. I get a bit of toffee on that, some caramel on it. I get some vanilla going on this. I'm getting some toasted coconut on it, and I got some cherry on it, some dark cherry on it, and vanilla. Oh my, I could analyze this quite a while. There's some molasses going on there. Nice, the nice caramel and toffee, by the way. Yeah, the dark fruits are nice. It is predominantly, though, the raisin character that's on there. There might be a splash of some fig as well, but like I said, just a hint of cherry on that. A lot of aromas, like a little bit of a soy on there, soy sauce. Wow, this smells fantastic. Cheers. Oh, probably needs to be warmer yet. I've been warming this up, but it's probably right now, I'd say, in the mid to upper 50s, and they say serving temp 60. But man, that coated my mouth real nicely. It's on the lighter end of a full body, I think, at this point anyway. But everything that I just described in the nose is really coming through, and it just was a flavor explosion. Really, really quite good. Right up front, I get a nice sweetness. It's not cloying. It's very well balanced, but it's a nice sweetness. And I get some dark fruits on there. It's almost like a rum-soaked raisin. But there's definitely bourbon there. You get the bourbon. You get chocolate, various chocolates. Almost like a little bit vanilla, I guess, and oak. You know, kind of woody oak. Very, very nice. And you do get like some toasted coconut as well. I get a little bit of licorice. And that cherry came back in. There's some dark roasted malts in there too, but they're not dominant. They're there. They're just supporting the base of the beer. I also got a hint of espresso on it. Wow, this is something. I'm not sure how old this is. I'm going to guess that it's maybe a year old on this one, I think. I know Dan had mentioned that to me. I can't imagine fresh. This probably would have been pretty hot, but it is tasting just amazing right now. And this is one, this could age. You can have bottles of this one aging for years. This is a sipper. This is one to sit and sip and share with a friend and talk about the flavors and just have a fun conversation. Wonderful beer, Dan. Thank you. This is quite good. Parts of this remind me a little bit of the anniversary beer that they did. Dan had sent me a bottle of that. That was a previous review. So Joseph James, if you check the anniversary ale I had from them, that one was, as it warmed, was almost cloying. It really was. It was so sweet. This has some of that dark fruit character, but it's not as strong. It's not as overpowering. Oh, I just got hit by some like more coffee espresso flavor. So it's a much more balanced beer. It is very, very good. Ratings. For a Russian Imperial Stout, it throws me a little bit. There's so much dark fruit on this that's not quite as typical on a Russian Imperial Stout. That's not exactly what I expect, because this has a lot of that going on. So for an RIS, in that sense, I'm not going to rate it quite as high. It's just a little too sweet on the fruity side for me, I think. I think for style, then, it's still an excellent beer. But for an RAS, I think I'm going to give this a 91. Overall, that's a different ball game altogether. I mean, this is one tasty beer. I've got to get this for my overall category. It's got to be a 96. It is just wonderful beer, really well balanced. I mean, to get all these characteristics that I described, the various chocolates, the espresso is not so strong. It is there. Lots of dark fruits, etc., etc. Coconut, nice oak and bourbon. Yeah, 96, absolutely. I'm going to be sipping on this for a while tonight. Here it is. It is the Joseph James Russian Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. I'd say this one's worth giving a try. If you can get it locally, grab a couple bottles at least. Stick them in your cellar, set them aside in a closet or something, and pull them out in a year, 2, 3, 5, 6. I think this one can bear up and do that. This is Kevin Clements Homebrew saying, life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review. The raisin, almost like they were rum-sucked. Rum-sucked.